Breaking limits. Deniz Kayaden's journey beyond comfort zones. Dive in with us as we explore the incredible story of Deniz, an extraordinary athlete and business psychologist who pushes the boundaries of endurance and determination. From conquering the icy waters of ice swimming championships to swimming solo across the English Channel, Deniz embodies the spirit of going beyond one's comfort zone. In this exclusive interview, she shares her secrets to mental toughness, overcoming challenges, and achieving world records. Whether you're an aspiring athlete, a professional seeking motivation, or someone looking to break out of your comfort zone, Deniz's journey will inspire you to reach new heights. Welcome to the Wellness Driven Life Show, where you're about to go on a wellness driven ride. Welcome. I am thrilled and honored to be introducing you to the guest we have on the show today. Now, I may be saying her last name incorrectly. We'll ask her here in a minute. Deniz Kayadelen, a business psychologist with Turkish-German roots, excels as a management consultant and a distinguished swimmer. She boasts achievements such as solo swimming the English Channel, holding 5 world records, 5 in ice swimming, and winning multiple golds at international swims, including the Istanbul Bosphorus race. I hope I said that right too. Deniz has also demonstrated exceptional endurance by swimming 42.4 kilometers in Stugger and participating in a North Channel relay. She represents Turkey and Germany in top swimming competitions like the World Championship, Oceanman, and European Masters Championships, and we're about to introduce a new championship she's going to embark on. I am so pleased to help welcome to our stage Miss Deniz. Welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome. Now, I probably got half of those said incorrectly. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I am super thrilled to have you. What accomplishments you have done. And you show the world what is possible through your endurance and resilience. It's incredible. So outside of that brief, horribly read biography, Deniz, would you please share with us a little bit more about you?
Yeah, and so I think my name, you spell it perfectly. So Deniz means sea. It means where you can swim, right, in Turkish. So I identified, I think, myself with my first name, Deniz. And Kayadelen means mountain breaker. So I have a quite, yeah, from my roots, a strong name. And maybe this has also influenced my lifestyle, right? That I feel so connected with the nature. And yeah, I feel my second home in water. I feel so powerful and so connected with the universe when I'm in the water. And yeah, I born and grew up in Germany, in Frankfurt. My family comes from Turkey. And yeah, I feel myself as a world human being. It doesn't matter which culture, which country we born. It's always important that to be present in wherever you are. So now I live in Switzerland, in Zurich. So behind me, you can even see the nice Zurich Lake. So I had the pleasure to work and live in 5 different countries so far. And that's also my lifestyle. I love to explore the world, love to explore myself beyond the limits, out of comfort zone, and also inspire myself with these experiences and also inspire others, because I believe that out of comfort zone, we can create our magic and we can do much more than we think.
Well, I love your background, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful, very fitting. And your name, my goodness, you completely embody the names that were given to you. And I think that that is so cool. And and I think I mentioned before the show, I'm just going to live vicariously through you, but truly you do invoke and inspire within other people to just do that for themselves and really live into the things that you want to do. And you embark on these incredible journeys like swimming the English Channel and the most extreme circumstances, the conditions and the weather, and that not only that, but the time that you have to spend in those tumultuous conditions. So tell me a little bit about this, because I imagine that this is something that began as you were a very young child, but what inspired you to to really start doing this, to going into cold waters, to start pushing yourself and your body and your mind against all odds?
So I started swimming when I was 11, and then I studied psychology because I had a somehow also difficult childhood. You know, I born in Germany, then my parents decided to divorce. Suddenly, I moved with my mom to Turkey, another culture, different worlds, new friends, new environment, and suddenly the water became like my main home, or I felt more home at in the
Mhm.
water. Um, and then I studied also psychology because I wanted to know what is behind our conscious level. What drives us? Why people are sometimes upset? Why relationships doesn't last forever, right? So then a psychological journey began, and when I was 21, I attended a swimming race in the sea, and the water was so cold that 80% of all the swimmers went out after half an hour. And I just wanted to be in this national team and didn't want it to stop. And I swam and swam, and suddenly, after 1 or 2 hours, I lost the feeling of the timing. I become hypothermia. So that means, yeah, I lost my orientation. And when I opened my eyes, I was in the hospital, literally. I was literally dying. And you can imagine, for me, the cold water was my biggest fear zone. So I hated cold water. I associated cold water with losing control, losing my mind, even, yeah, being a step before dying. But always I had a dream as a swimmer to cross the English Channel, because what else you can do as a swimmer? So that's like the Mount Everest for swimmers.
Yeah.
Um, I had this dream, but I didn't do anything because I was so afraid of cold water. But 10 years later, my friend came to me and said, Denise, you don't have to do this dream alone. Let's do a relay team, and let's create a relay team and swim together. And I said, oh, that's not a bad deal. Okay, but at least I need to start again with cold water. And suddenly, with the cold water, a new dimension opened up in my life. So I used my
Mm.
psychological knowledge, and the theory became suddenly practical. Because all the time when I wanted to go into the cold, I felt my limiting beliefs, my fear. It was everywhere in my whole cells. And suddenly I started to do self experimenting, like, how can I transform my mind, my body, to go to my fear and unlock my potential? And it was like a game with myself, beyond the limit, saying, okay, so what is my comfort zone, what is out of my comfort zone, and how I can step by step go further. So I started with 30-second cold water shower, 1 minute, one and a half, 5 minute cold water in 18 degrees, 10-minute cold water in 16 degrees. Step by step, extended my comfort zone. Suddenly, a new dimension began. And it was not just the physical growth, it was more than physical, the mental growth.
Yeah, so you definitely took this to a different level of step by step. It makes me think of uh, books written like Eat the Frog, right? Like
Mm.
all of the small steps that you would do to really start breaking that mental barrier of
Yeah.
fear. And Denise, you really went into that fear when you were hospitalized because of it. So you go to some of the darkest moments within the fear, and which it sounds to me like it evoked even more fear within you. And then you were like, okay, I need to start addressing this step by step in order to with the showers. And that's something very simple. Like anybody can start doing that right
Yeah.
now. But so I think that that's an incredible example of, and not only that, but you went into psychology where it is the one of the most powerful things that we have that either makes or breaks us is the power of the mind, that mental perseverance, the way that we perceive things.
Mhm. Exactly. So also when I decided to cross the English Channel, I attended also many psychological preparation trainings and so on. So I and they said all the time, more than 60% is mental, more than 60% is in our mind. So it's not just about physical endurance, not just about our muscles and what we eat and drink and what we do. So our mind is more than 60%. That means what I also learned in this journey, you shouldn't wait that you have 100% confidence to tackle your dreams, to do something. We will not have 100% confidence in our life. We will have always fear. So we need to accept this fact because we are human beings, right? And even imagine a life without any fear. It would be somehow boring. So I think we need to accept the fact as a human being that we can feel fear and we can feel sometimes not 100% confident. But what we need for tackle a new challenge is having courage and having faith and doing
Hmm.
everything what it takes to go to this dream, the dedication.
Ah, dedication. I love how you mentioned to accept fear because it will come up. Now, Denise, you have pushed yourself extensively beyond the limits physically. How have knowing these tactics to accept fear and knowing the tactics when it comes to mental perseverance done greatness for you within your own lives in other aspects of life beyond the physical? We have a lot of fears that come into play that are outside of that when it comes to maybe relationships or all of the things, career, life happens, life is constant change. How has knowing these things really helped you in other aspects of life?
So I think the athlete life helped me to be self-disciplined. So showing the dedication, the discipline, even if I feel sometimes not so motivated, even if I feel tired, I think I know how to show endurance and to set a goal and go for this goal and be in the growth zone, which means always seeking for feedback, seeking for, okay, what I can do better, how I am today, how I can be a better version of myself tomorrow. And not just focusing on the competitors outside, just focusing on yourself. Because when you are a better version of yourself, one day another, then you are already successful. And I think that is what I learned, um, getting feedback, trying to be the best, even if you are not motivated, having some self motivating strategies, having a clear target, a clear purpose. This is the one side. And what I can tell you, the past 3, 4 years, during the COVID time, actually, I also started to recognize the power of spirituality, the power of now, not being all the time distracted with your limiting beliefs or with your thoughts. How often we are somewhere, but our mind is somewhere else, and how often we feel stressed in our life. And the stress is because we are not in this moment right now. We have a lot of things, a lot of to-dos in our mind. Maybe I'm sitting here and now I'm thinking, oh, in half an hour I have my next meeting. Tomorrow I have my business deadline. I have a client call. I have a client meeting. I need to prepare this. I need to do this. Oh, and yesterday I did that, but I didn't receive a good feedback. So if we are always in the future or in the past, we are stressed in the now. And the power of this, knowing this, and the power of now gave me also the um, mindfulness to stay in the moment and to just focus on what I'm doing right now, which is training, which is breathing exercise, which is meditation, and
Yeah.
which is work when I work. Because many people ask me how you manage all these stuff because I'm also a managing consultant working at EY, leading the talent management consulting practice. So I have a team, I work a lot, I have many clients, different projects. And they say, how you do this everything together? And it's really about not time management, it's more about the energy management, how you
Mm,
treat yourself, how
yeah.
you treat others, and how and what extent you allow also people to be in your space, especially in your private life, overall, to decide how you can manage your energy the best.
Oh, well, it's huge, managing energy, you're correct. And so something that I heard you say was the spiritual aspect of it.
Mhm.
And you talk about being in the present moment, in the now. I can only imagine because I haven't done it. I've been in some extreme circumstances myself, but not to the extent or the length that you have been. But I can only imagine how that's really where you need to be, is in the now, when you are submersed in icy cold waters, and just being able to move through that and flow through that,
Mm.
and not let the thoughts affect you. Because if you are in the past, like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? I never should have done it. Or if you're in the future thought of the what ifs,
Mhm.
and being in maybe a negative thought pattern, that's not going to serve you in that moment. It's not going to help you achieve the gold, right? And
Exactly.
so because of that, you also mentioned some of the ways that you prep yourself in order to be in the present moment. You talked about meditation. You
Mhm.
talked about, really being able to manage your energy and not your time in order to accomplish more things. Do you want to shed a little bit more light on that, on specifics, what things that you do on a daily basis to really prepare yourself?
Yeah. So I believe that first you need to start with yourself. It's like on the flight, when some emergency came. So first you need to breathe. And I start every morning with a nice breathing exercise. If I have enough time, then I do the Wim Hof breathing exercise. If I have less time, I do like a 5-minute short breathing activity. And then I continue with some meditation, some mindfulness meditation, and with sports. And I don't compromise with that, right? So I compromise for 1 hour less sleeping, maybe, but I don't compromise to have this 1 hour for myself, which includes breathing, exercise, meditation, and sports. And then I feel much more calm and much more grounded and in balance within myself and say, okay, I did something good for myself. So now I'm ready to do something good for the world, for my clients, for the people around me. And I think that's important. Everyone should recognize what is your passion, what gives you energy, what makes you feel good, and starting the morning with that. How often we have the watch and then the alarm is clocking, and then the second time, the third time, the fifth time, and then it's so heavy to wake up. But when you start with your passion, something what you enjoy, then you are more joyful, starting more joyful to the day. And that's what I try to do, at least, no matter where I am, no matter how busy I am. I know that this 1 hour training, this me time for myself, gives me much more than 1 hour more sleep. Um,
Mm.
and when it comes to meditation, I really like Dr. Joe Dispenza. So I follow him, and he has nice visualization meditations. So I believe really in this quantum physics and this visualization. And when I have big goals, I also use this visualization technique. Visualize myself in the future where I achieve this goal. For example, when I crossed the English Channel, I visualized beforehand how I reach the shore, how I dance even in the French coast, how I feel, um, how I celebrate with my loved ones. And I really felt that. So that means I had already a connection with my future already. And this is, I think, important to believe in your dreams and to build a connection to the future state and feel it, not just think about that.
Mm. So you and I are you're definitely speaking to the right audience here because you've mentioned some names that are so near and dear to my heart. Dr. Joe Dispenza, I love his meditations as well. And all of his books really describe in detail those visualization techniques and how they can get us there with combining the thought and the feeling to it. And so you talked about what it feels like to accomplish that, to dance on the beach, the sand in your toes, what it feels like when your body can truly relax into that winning accomplishment, that feeling of joy. And there's nothing like it, hitting the bed and getting the best night's sleep of your life when you have overextended your body. I mean, it just feels incredible. There's just nothing like it. You're shaking your head. You agree with that? You know, I think Dr. Joe even says to his audience sometimes that being tired and happy, and that's kind of the way to live life. And when I think of that, that's moving into that physical piece each
Yeah.
day. And you said that I'll even lose an hour of sleep if I maintain those three components, and that is the visualization, the meditation, and the activities, the physical
Mhm.
activity, the sports that I bring into my
Yeah.
life every single day, the me time that is essential to really propel me into the day ahead and be able to be present with those around me.
Exactly. Well said. Being able to present is, I think, one of the most important pieces. And it's not easy, right? So that's why I really try to do it most of the time. But again, I have also then my anxiety moments. For example, next week, actually, I will do the most challenging challenge for myself, which I accepted even 3 weeks ago. So it came
Wow.
to me 3 weeks ago, and it is planned since 3, 4 years. And I believe in luck, and the universe gives you things in the right moment and in the right time when you are really ready for it, and when you're ready to receive it, and when you really want it. So 3 weeks ago, I was in Tallinn attending the World Ice Championships, and I swam with so many amazing, great swimmers, compete with world record holders. And after that, I said, "Oh my God, I would love to break also a record. I don't know how, but I want to do something which nobody did before." And I said that. And after 1 week, the founder of Ice Swim Association contacts me and say, "Denise, I have a massive challenge for you, a world record attempt near Mount Everest, the highest altitude ice swim. Do you want to join? Are you in or out? Let me know today." I had literally few hours to decide, am I in or out? And people prepared this kind of massive challenge since years and years. Like, I prepared myself for the English channel. I had the English channel for 10 years as a dream. And then I prepared myself for 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
And suddenly I'm now into this challenge, right? So next Friday, I'm literally flying to Kathmandu, and it will take us 15, 18 days to acclimatize, to walk. I never walk more than 1 hour, and I need to walk 5, 6 hours per day. It's a different massive world for me. I'm not a mountainist, I'm not an alpinist, I'm a swimmer. I'm like a fish in the water, and now the fish from the water goes up to the mountains. It's a different world. And of course I feel anxiety, I feel fear. And yes, tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep the first few days when I accepted this challenge. I said, "Oh my gosh, what I'm going to do? Am I crazy? Why I accepted that?" And yeah, now it's more than important to stay present, to stay calm, to get not stressed a lot, to get not sick and ill of this pressure, and just relax and be in the zone of, okay, what it takes, I will do, and then not over push myself and balance my
Mm.
recovery and my training. So many dimensions. And yes, I have also my spiritual coach. She helps me sometimes to calm down and to say, okay, step by step, calm down. Everything will be fine.
We certainly need a spiritual coach to help us with that, don't we? It's easy to get caught up. I can't imagine I would be sleeping the first 2 nights after making that decision either, Denise. But like you said, the universe will bring you things, and you'll know that you're ready. And I would venture to say you've been training for this your whole life. And so I'm so excited for you. I feel the energy. I'm tickled pink. I think it is so cool that you're going to do this and you're going to be brilliant. And you can think of me saying that to you because I just think it's so
Thank-
cool. I'm so excited for you. So we're going to move into our first commercial. And when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this new venture. I'm so excited. Stay tuned. Are you ready to take control of your ride to wellness? Rev up with Driven Living. Visit www.drivenliving.com and buckle up for a journey. Get exclusive access to our Wellness Driven Life Show guest portal, where you can dive deep into the minds of our esteemed guests. Sign up for our newsletter and get insider scoops on these distinguished personalities. It's like having a backstage pass to their life-changing wisdom. But that's not all. You'll also receive a free hug. You heard me right, a free hug. An enlightening ebook from the Driven Living team. Discover the science-backed benefits of hugging yourself. It's a fill-up for your wellness tank. Because at Driven Living, we believe in fueling your journey to wellness, both physically and psychologically. So what are you waiting for? Visit www.drivenliving.com today. Welcome back, everyone. We're here with the incredible world champion, Deniz, and who is going to be embarking on yet another adventure to break another world record. I'm so thrilled to hear this for you. I'm excited. This is happening so quickly. Next week, it's coming.
Yeah.
And, I felt very, very honored to have you here on the Wellness Driven Life Show to share in this journey with you. And so something that I would love to talk about a little bit, Deniz, is, you do all of the things that if I were guiding you, I would 1,000% lead you into these things, and you have discovered all of them for you. I mean, from Wim Hof breathing methods to Joe Dispenza, and the meditation, the visualization, and being in the present moment, all of the things that you really need to do to prep yourself to accomplish the incredible things that you are accomplishing. And, when you're doing such extreme sports that you are embarking on, there's something to be said about that, where either it's people could say, well, that's madness, or you could easily step into this fear zone of, I might not survive this. And, there's only certain people, a handful of people in the world that are really willing to put themselves on the front lines like that, or willing to put themselves into extreme conditions. But what is it that has really helped prep you for that? For this idea that, yes, of course, life is fleeting in this physical realm, right? And I can say for me, it's been really learning and diving more into the idea of that spirituality. It's going deep into meditations where we feel and know that we are something more and greater than this. But how has that helped align you for the things that you do?
So the spirituality, the journey of spirituality started when I was in South Africa during lockdown. But I think it started also before lockdown, but I couldn't name it spiritual, right? So before lockdown, 2 weeks before lockdown, I was in Cape Town, and I swam from Robben Island to Cape Town, where the Great White Shark area is. And I was so scared, even being attacked. Even 5% option to being attacked by a great white shark made me crazy, right? And I needed to jump into this cold, freezing water. And I had anxiety, and I said, oh, shit, I can't do it. Why I'm here? Why I'm doing this craziness? And then on the boat, the support team said, Denise, it's now to have faith and jump.
Mm.
And then I had a deep breathing out, and said, okay, now I need to just jump into the water and having faith. And I really recognized that when you have faith, then you don't have any fears anymore. When you have faith, you are just in the moment and do what you need to do in this moment. So faith and fear is not together. Either you have fear, you are in your fear zone, or you are in the faith, in the joy zone. And that was the real first time where I felt this faith and said, okay, now I did everything what I can do. I did all the risk management what I can do. I have my support team. So now I just need to jump and do what I wanted to do. And after that, lockdown happened, and I started with meditations. And suddenly I felt the power of meditation, the power of thinking, of emotions. Um, and then I started with spiritual meditation as well. And what I learned is that when you are in the moment and when you trust and feel connected with your dreams, feel connected with your future self, then everything flows. So, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, the energy flows where the attention goes. So, we have the power of our attention where the attention goes and where our energy flows. Um, and when I then started to set myself goals with faith, suddenly the universe supported me. Suddenly, new people came into my life, old people gone from my life who didn't serve me anymore. And even for the English channel, people came into my life. I didn't know them before. They said, let's do that. We believe in you. Um, and I think we need to be open. We need to have an open mind to feel these signs of the universe, to accept the support system and let the energy flow and not try to control everything. We can't control everything in life. At least control what we want to do. We can control to reflect what is our passion, what is our purpose in life, and then also letting go, which is a massive, massive important concept where I still struggle sometimes, telling the truth, because beside my spiritual Denise, I'm a managing consultant working in a big four, high pressure, sales target numbered environment. And I'm an athlete, used to have goals, train for it, work for it, gain more, be faster, be better. And then you have the other side of spirituality, which says, let go, trust to the
Mm.
flow. So I think this is like a balance where I still try to find my way, tell you the truth.
Yes, well, I can relate with that highly. I think surrendering has been one of my biggest lessons that I continue to experience and do my best to harness that as well. But it's also the most freeing. And you're correct. It is this intricate balance of being motivated to accomplish and also to allow the whatever's going to happen happens, to allow for the unknown. I think that stepping into the unknown is a fear of in and of itself, and being able to let go of the control of the outcome is the tricky thing at play here. So Denise, that you talked about when you were in Cape Town, you during lockdown, you had this more spiritual insight, and life started to shift for you, including the people that were in your life. They started to transition a little bit, and then you noticed that as you were becoming more in alignment for you, the people in your life started to do so too and started to change, and you're running into new people. And so we've talked about that quite a bit on this show, where that will happen and you no longer see or are around people that were in your past, because you're operating at a different level, you're operating at a
Yeah,
different vibration, so to speak.
exactly.
uh,
It's a different vibrational energy level.
yeah.
And you can imagine it like a sun. When you like a sun, when you are the light, you became the light, then the shadow is not there anymore. And the shadow means maybe the people who made you feel less, people who wanted more suck your energy. And when you are going to a different vibrational level, you don't allow yourself anymore to be less.
Mm.
And that's so powerful. And suddenly, in your new sunshine, in your new sunny area, you attract similar people with similar energetic fields. And that's amazing to feel. And you need to accept to let go the old, the past, and accept that nothing is for the rest of your life, right? So
Yeah.
I think we have still this limiting belief sometimes to have the expectation that everything should last forever, right? Relationships, job,
Yeah.
where do you live? When you, for example, say, "Oh, I will move," or "Oh, I will quit my job," really? Oh, sorry to hear. But why? That's our first conditioning when we leave something or when you stop a relationship. But when it's not serving you anymore, then it's a great step to move on, to let go.
Mm.
And I think that's the spiritual side, saying, not holding to everything what is not serving us anymore, just going more with the flow and feeling, having this mindful energy and feel and awareness to say, okay, where I am right now, what is serving me and what is meant to be and what is not meant to be anymore, and just letting it go.
Well, Denise, your story is so powerful because you mentioned just that, where first off, because life is constant change, when we live life in the commonalities, the same things all the time, and we expect the same things to happen, when life uproots, and whether it's career or family and people, and things change, it becomes this massive issue for us, and we have what some might call an identity crisis, or something like that, to where it's very detrimental to all of you, your whole entire well-being, because you don't accept something to be different, something to change. And when we talk about relationships in our life, yes, they can change. And so I just think that that's really powerful about your story, because you're testament to that things work out anyway. When we think that our team or our friends or our family are the only things and only ones, and we can't live life without them, we can't succeed without them, it makes it very difficult to be open to when new relationships
Yeah.
and energies come into our lives. And you talked about being a team before. When people came to you and said, let's do these cold water ventures together, that's really bringing in more people of support. It's a community, and these
Exactly.
energies are entering into your life at the perfect times.
Mm.
And so I just think that that's really powerful to know that with your story,
Yeah.
that the right people and things happen at the right times.
Exactly. And when I decided then to cross the English Channel, the people who were like my best friends or even my family members, they were so overwhelmed of my new goals, right? They said, "Oh, you are swimming, you are already successful, why you need to cross the English Channel, it's so dangerous. Oh, then maybe you can't find enough time for other stuff," because they had their own limiting beliefs, they had their own fear zone. And so my best friends, my family couldn't support me in this journey. And suddenly I had a new community, new people who share the same passion. And then it was for me to recognize, okay, I need to let go to have the expectation that my mom needs to support me, that my best friend needs to support me. No, I need to embrace my transformation. And in this transformation, that means you have new people coming in into your life. Um, and when I prepared myself for the English Channel solo swim, my best friends, they got bored after half an hour to watching me swimming. I needed to swim 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. Suddenly, people from the new swimming pool team, they said, oh, I have a sailing boat. I can take care of you for 10 hours. And this person who took care of me for 10 hours, who gave me every 40 minutes my feeding, he wasn't not my best friend, he wasn't not my boyfriend, he wasn't not my husband, he wasn't not my dad. He was a person just from a swimming team who I saw just 3 times in my life. So that means the universe gives us people, even if we don't know them, even if we don't have a long lasting relationship, they give us at the right time the right people. And we just need to embrace and be open for that and grateful.
Oh man, that certainly gives confidence in humanity, in just being human, and knowing that there is always going to be somebody there that is
Yeah.
willing to be there for you,
Mm.
and a stranger, and
Yeah.
and just that humanly essence, that love, that
Mm.
compassionate peace for each other, that
Yeah.
servitude for each other is extraordinarily powerful. And that's really how we evolve as a species,
Yeah.
is by supporting one another, but really knowing that. Denise, you're what you do in life is so extraordinary, and just the way that things happen about, because you're going through this, swimming 5 hours in extreme cold conditions. You're tired, and to have somebody there alongside you to kind of put a thought in your ear of saying you can do this, and encouraging you to keep going. Just having somebody that you don't know as well to be able to do that for you when friends and family are tired,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
Or have
is
other
is
priorities.
cool.
Yeah.
Or other priorities. And so that was going to be one of my questions, to be like, well, how do you get through this? I mean, this next venture that you're going on, how many
Mm.
days is it? Because you said the number of days, which I can't recall, but it's an extensive adventure.
Yeah. So the last 10 days before I fly to Kathmandu. And this is also like a testament of that even if people don't know you, so you attract, if you are on a journey, if you are passionate about topics, you attract these craziness. And I wrote a book about out of comfort zone, and the extended version is now live. It's include, by the way, also the ice swimming and the English channel. So it is available now on Amazon. And um, yeah, I wrote this book out of comfort zone, and I always stepped out of my comfort zone, but this is a massive out of comfort zone. So going to the mountains, because water is still my comfort zone, right? So swimming 5 hours, 10 hours, okay, it's out of, but going to the mountains outside of water is a massive different challenge. And um, Rambakai, he is a South African founder of the Ice Swim World Association, and he contacted me, and I'm the only person from Europe going and representing Europe and being with the team of mad swimmers. And I even don't know all these team members. So I have again faith. I just trust to the universe. I trust to the contact who recommended me to those team members. I just need to trust, right? Otherwise, I would get crazy if I would think, oh, I don't know them. How safe is it? What will happen? Will we make it? Will we not make it? So this would make me crazy. So I just need to
Mm.
trust that the universe give me this gift of opportunity, and one step at a time. I need to be mindful with myself and checking myself. Okay, will I go one step further or no? But more being in the joy zone rather than be in the fear zone. And that was also my decision to say, okay, I could be in my fear zone and say, oh, no way, me and mountains, no, it's too dangerous, it's too risky. Thank you for the opportunity, but I'm out. But then I thought, if you don't try, you never know.
You'll never know. You're right.
And
Yeah.
that's the life, that's the spirit. So stepping into the unknown, accepting the unknown, accepting that you can't control everything, but being open for this adventure and see what life brings. So that's what I try to do.
Mm.
And
Mm.
yeah, next Friday, flying to Kathmandu, and then after organizing all our gear stuff, step by step, we will then go to the base camp, which will also, I think, take us like 10 days to acclimatize and go there. We will start in 2,000 meters, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500. And the goal is then from the base camp to go to the camp 2. And then from 5,000 to 6,500, that will be a toughest day because, yeah, we need to be fast going to 6,500 and then doing the ice swim and then coming back. So the main goal is to go healthy up, to come healthy back, and of course, break the world record. And that would be a dream, of course. Yeah, to be a world Guinness record holder. With
Well, just keep visualizing what that's going to feel like, Deniz, and you will make it.
yeah, exactly. So the visualization is important. And it's so out of my world that even I have difficulties to visualize that, but I started already. Because now it doesn't help me to overpace my body, right? To do 5 hours trekking here and there. So I still working, and I think I still need to just get my mind ready and stay calm and
Mm.
do my trainings in a balanced way, balancing
Yeah.
recovery time and performance, and
Mhm.
yeah, doing those visualizations. And yes, there will be
Oh.
hard times, there will be challenging times. Um, but yeah, with the team, with the support team, I think we can make it happen.
Deniz, your life story reminds me of a true alchemist. Have you read the book The Alchemist? I can't remember who it was written by.
Yeah, a few years ago, but maybe I should read it again.
It's just when you talk about how just things come to you, the universe comes to you, not when you don't always have the physical comfort, pleasures, people there with you, things will come when you need it the most. And I feel like that's really when you allow for that and surrender to that, that's where the true alchemy starts to play in. That's when you're co-creating with the universe. And so beautiful story, Deniz. I am so excited for you. I'm just like vibrating super high. So I'm going to be right alongside you in spirit with this this adventure for you. I'm just
Thank you.
really excited. You're welcome. Thank you so much for sharing your story, your journey. I would love to have you back on the show when this is completed and to share that journey, what it was like for you during the times when, it was difficult, when you didn't think that you could, get up that mountain and you did. I would love to have you back here on the show. So that all said, Deniz, you're incredible. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience today?
So thank you for having me. Thank you for listening. Always remember, you are more than you think, and you have always two choices: being in the fear zone or being in the joy zone. I would wish to everyone that we should maximize our joy zone, exploring our own potential out of comfort zone. There will for sure magic happen. So wish you many magical moments in and out of your comfort zone.
Magical moments in and out of your comfort zone. I love that. And you got to have both, right? Because otherwise, without that contrast, you wouldn't be able to enjoy either. So, Deniz, it's been incredible. I want to make sure everyone knows where to find you. It's been displayed here on the screen for those of you watching, and for those of you listening in, www.outofbody.com ourcomfortzone.com. That's going to be in the description below. Follow along with her, check out what she's doing, the most inspiring things that you can hone in on your day. So again, and thank you to our audience for being here, because without you, the show wouldn't be possible. So thank you so much. Goodbye for now, and we will see you next time.
Bye bye.